Hello there, my name's Georgia, and I'm just going to show you a quick tutorial of what I did for a recent poster that I made, and it's just simple tools. This is it, made from one photo. Very basic steps. I took a while to get to this because I didn't know what I was doing at first, but then I finally got what I wanted. So this is the photo that I took in Italy on Mt Etna. So it's just got a few adjustment layers. These are the strips and squares, and this is the background. There's really not much to it. Once you understand what you're doing, it gets fun because you can do all sorts of shapes and stuff and really have fun with it. In this, I mainly do squares and rectangles, but you can also do circles, kind of separate it from the foreground and do something cool. So you're just going to create a new layer, Command N. I do A3, just print purposes. Make sure the resolution is 300 and CMYK. Classic printing, you have to. But if you're not doing it for printing, then keep it RGB. Bring your photo in. You can drag it, drop it, or you can go File and Place, and choose what you want. I just usually drag and drop. Then duplicate the layer, hide the other layer, and rasterize it. You can go right click and rasterize layer. I've made a keyboard shortcut. So for the background, we're just going to get the sky, get the marquee tool, select what you want, and then copy and paste. So now you hide the main photo layer, and then what you're going to do is just duplicate the layer again and flip vertical. This will create some sort of weird pattern. You can decide to merge it. What I make sure I do first is have the background and everything done, nothing merged, and then when I know I'm happy with everything, I'll merge everything, because you always tend to go back to wanting the first thing, or you accidentally stuff it up. And so what you're going to do is just keep doing that until you fill the paper up. You can flip some horizontal, so it's not obvious that it's the same thing duplicated. At least you put second effort into it. So once you've done that, make sure it's centered, somewhat symmetrical, and then grid the layer. You can go Shift and hit the folder button. So when you select it all, hit Shift, folder button, and it'll just put them all into a group. So now we're going to do the strips, and so what you're going to do is just get the rectangle marquee. You can also do circles with the not even going to say that, but with the circular looking marquee. But for this, I just do the rectangular marquee and do rectangles. Just do them everywhere and wherever. It doesn't have to make any sense, because in the end, poster doesn't even make any sense. Just take bits and pieces of everything. So this is the city, and then do the sky, whatever you want. If you want the same size, instead of, one rectangle is a bit dodgier than the other, hit Alt and select the thumbnail of the layer, and then go back to the main photo layer and copy and paste. Select all the little strips, put them into a group. In reality, I am not actually this organized. There is hardly ever groups, and it's just continuous layers. So what I did was I just put them all into the same line. Okay, make sure they're all the same in between. I was going pretty quickly in here, so it's not the best. You can also hit auto select and click the layer you want. So now Command T to enlarge it, and then I go blending mode, darker color. You can't really tell, but when I was working on this, some of the bits went behind the layer, the background layer. So then Command T and rotate. Just move some of the little strips up and down and over each other. Once again, just not making sense, but it's kind of the point of it all, to make it somewhat abstract. Make like two, or just a very small amount skinnier than the other ones. What you do is just get the marquee tool again, select it, and delete. Okay, and then center it. Okay, and now we'll do the cubes. So make a new layer, get the marquee tool, and hold Shift when you're doing the rectangle, so you get a square, and then right click and stroke. Do a thin stroke and inside, so you get hard corners. You don't want the squares too thick. It'll distract too much from the rectangle strips that you just did. And just make them vary in size, so make some small, make some big, and overtake some of the strips. So then to make some go in front and behind, get the masking tool, and then get your brush and turn it black. So what this will do is erase the lines, and the white brush will add wherever, whatever the lines are. And I had full hardness. You can also get the bracket tool, shift left bracket to go less hard, and then right tool, right bracket to go harder. If you don't hold shift down, make the brush smaller and larger. To get straight lines when you're erasing these squares, you just hold down shift and it will just do a straight line. Okay, that one's done, and now we'll do some color adjustments and stuff. So go to your adjustment layer and go to curves. Then what you can do is just move this little line around to your fancy. I made sure I did the blacks a bit more blacker, the whites just not grey. Wanted to have them somewhat white. Okay, and then go adjustments and levels. It just does somewhat the same thing to curves, just a bit different. You can go selective color, change the colors of grays, blacks, and whites. So I make the colors more blue than whatever was there. I just make it a bit more blue in the tone. Okay, and then once you've done that, go back to your adjustments and do gradient map. So you can change the colors of the, what was normally there by clicking on the little squares. And then I go change the blending mode to hue. Last little touch, just make a new layer, fill it all with white. I did that with the paint bucket. And then go soft light in the blending mode and just bump the opacity down just so you bring out the blacks a bit more. That's about it. You can get all sorts with this kind of technique when you do like circles and stuff. As you can see, it's not exactly the same, but the general idea is there. You can make textures with this, how I did the background. I hope this helped. If you have any questions, feel free to comment. I'll reply back. Thank you for watching, and subscribe to see a few more tutorials. Thank you.